Hey y'all, it's still Monday. I just passed Pyramid Lake. It is so beautiful. I want to talk to y'all, and I hope I haven't covered this before. If I have, just skip the video. But for some reason, it's just been on my mind. And when's the last time you saw a Smokey Bear sign? I just passed one, y'all. Anyway, I'm going to talk about adopting a pet. And I may use dog a lot, but I mean all pets. I don't care. Ooh, dude. Mr. Texas there got over in my lane. Anyway, I'll say dog, but I mean all animals, even if it's a chicken. Now, let me start by saying that I only ever bought one dog. And that was my giant standard poodle, Diesel. Now, I looked in the papers and looked online. I knew I wanted a poodle, and I knew I wanted a standard poodle. Now, my last husband was totally against it. And y'all know it cost us to sleep in separate bedrooms for about 6 months. I told that story before, I know. So, I paid $300 for Diesel. Now, supposedly this lady was a breeder, a real breeder. But I didn't really know that because she had come, this was in Washington, she had come to her daughter's home and she had 2 puppies left out of 8. And so she was selling them cheap so she could get rid of the last 2 in the litter. Now, she did have the mommy and the daddy at her daughter's house, and I got to see them, and Diesel was the one that I wanted, so I bought him. Now, do I know she was really a breeder, or was she just a backyard breeder? No license, no nothing. Now, he had papers, but I never filed them. I didn't care. I didn't care whether he was purebred or not. He was a pet. So anyway, out of all the pets I've had in my lifetime, he's the only one I ever bought. Now, I don't include adopting a pet in buying a pet. Yes, you have adoption fees, that's true, but that's a totally different thing. If you feel like you just have to have a purebred registered animal, please check out the breeder. Insist on visiting their kennels. Ask for references. Check them out thoroughly. Because so many of these people are claiming to be true breeders when in reality they run puppy mills. Do not support that. It's horrible. Horrible. It's animal abuse and animal cruelty. And I know y'all have seen specials on television about that. Now, y'all know I got Hazel from petfinder.com, and that's all over the country, y'all. I'm pretty sure it is. And you can go on there and you can set parameters. You want a dog, you want a young dog, you want an old dog, you want a female dog, you want a male dog, you want a housebroken dog, whatever you want. You can set your parameters and it will guide you to what you're looking for. Now, they have all kinds of rescues. Now, because of Miss Hazel, my advice to you is not to go to a dog pound to get your animal. And here's the reason why. Y'all know I adopted Hazel, one, because she was at a high-kill shelter. The other reason is she's an emotional support animal for me, and I was going to be able to take her to work with me. Because I got Hazel from a pound, they did not know anything about her. They thought she might have been a puppy mill puppy. They weren't sure, but because of the behavior, her not really being that crazy about other living beings. And keep in mind, you know, this high-kill shelter, they were not into testing animals, trying to figure out how they are. None of that stuff. They throw them in cages with a bunch of other animals, and there they stay until somebody adopts them. Once I got Miss Hazel, it became very evident that she had a lot of issues. The biggest one was she was not socialized at all with people, with other animals, with children especially. She had a lot of fear, aggression. Now, a lot of that could have come because she was on the streets. She was a stray. They picked her up in a truck. They hauled her in. They threw her in a cage. She was in a cage with 5 big dogs. She was terrified. So I adopted a Chihuahua at the same time. And Miss Hazel absolutely was not going to let Sugar up on the couch with us, sit in my lap. She did not want me to give Sugar any attention or affection. She bonded to me very quickly. I found Sugar a home, which was my intention anyway, and I found her a home within a week. So I started taking Miss Hazel to work with me, and y'all know that did not work. No matter what I tried, arming the visitors to my office with pieces of chicken, which was her favorite. She would snatch that chicken, run to her kennel, and start growling and barking. So after 6 weeks, it was plain that Hazel was not going to be an office dog. Now, my supervisor, Suzanne, was so patient, and all of my coworkers, they tried so hard, but Hazel was not having it. And y'all know she's got those issues. I call her Cujo. Now, what I recommend, and if I were to ever get another pet, which I doubt seriously I ever will. Would I love to have a kitty cat? Sure. But I can hardly take care of Hazel. But this is my recommendation. There are rescue groups for everything. There's a rescue group for donkeys. There's a rescue group for pigs. In animals, they break it down. There's a rescue group for Chihuahuas. There are rescue groups for Doberman Pinschers. I mean, there's a rescue group for every animal imaginable. Now, Do these rescue groups have a bunch of purebred animals? No, they don't. They're mixed, but they're predominantly one breed. Now, Hazel, Pomeranian, Yorkie, I don't know for sure, y'all. That's just what they told me when I adopted her. She's 11 or close to it. They gave me an age when I adopted her. Am I sure that's how old she is? No, I'm not. But they gave me as close a guesstimation as possible. Now, the reason that you should adopt from a rescue group is these organizations use volunteers. And I used to foster animals, cats and dogs. So I knew the personality of, say, a dog. I knew that dog was friendly. I knew it liked children. I knew it liked men. I knew it liked other animals. Or I knew it did not like other animals. Or maybe it didn't like children. So when you go through a rescue organization that uses foster parents for their animals, you know what you're getting. Now, do I regret that I got Miss Hazel? Absolutely not. Would I have loved it if she could have gone to the office with me every day? If she'd have been friendly to people, to children, to animals? Oh, yes, I would. Of course I would. But I love her to death. And I would not trade her. Now, I would love to be able to foster another little animal. There's such a need for foster parents in the animal world. And y'all, it's so rewarding. And the organization pays for the food, the vet bills. They pay for everything. So all you're doing is housing them and loving them. And of course you want to expose them to other animals. Old people, young people, children, white people, black people. I mean, you just want them to have an all-around good personality. The other benefit to fostering is if you are looking for a cat or a dog or a rooster, which I would love to have a rooster, you can foster, and then if there is one that truly grips your heart, you know the personality of that little animal, and you can adopt. So y'all, I don't know, I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and how terrible it is that all these wonderful, wonderful little mixed breed animals get skipped over because people think they've got to have a pedigreed dog or cat or rooster. I've never heard of a pedigreed rooster before, y'all, but I don't know, there might be such a thing. But you know what? They're amazing animals, and they deserve to have a good life. So y'all do something fun today. If you're able and you know, love animals, hook up with a group and foster yourself a baby. And the other thing about being a foster parent is you get the benefits of having that little bundle of joy, but you are not totally committed. If something in your life changes and you're not able to do it, then they will have another foster parent. It's not like adopting an animal into your home and then deciding, oh, I don't want this animal anymore, and you take it and you dump it off at a pound. Totally different. So I love y'all, and that's it for this subject for today. Bye now.